And welcome back to the Build a Character series. I am Vanessa Riley, and we're moving into session number 4. I like to call this The Mask, the lie they believe. This session, we are covering the lie that your character is telling themselves. I firmly believe every single human being grows up with a lie. It might be from past disappointments, false beliefs, trauma, but this lie shapes how they see the world. So, for example, if you're the only girl in a family and you have very smart brothers, and overhear your mother one day saying, "All my boys are going to be smart, my girls are going to be dumb." Now, sometimes that's a comment that just gets rolled off, but what often it can be the seed. It could be the lens of how that young woman now, as she's growing up, views compliments or achievements. Oh, you won the spelling bee. That's good enough for a girl. Hey, you just got straight A's. That's good enough for a girl. Can you imagine if you had that complex and you're moving through life, how it shapes how you hear things or interpret the things that you hear, and how you're going to, your corresponding actions are going to be? It's very important. In this section, what I want you to do is I want you to pull out your journal. And I want you to think about your character. We've already named the character. We have talked about the relationships that this character has and the belief system that this character has. So these are very important components. If you've missed any of our prior sessions, make sure you go back and take a look at them. But this character, you're going to make them faulty. When you have a character and they are perfect, they have no problems, they're just moving through life, they're very boring. Having a character with a problem, not necessarily a physical problem, but something that shapes their thinking, is a valuable tool for a writer. I look at it, you look at the journeys that your characters have to go on. There's goals. I have to go accomplish something, right? There are relationships. I'm friends with this person, I'm interested in this person. How does that progress throughout the story? Well, there's another one. It's kind of the mental place that the person is in. Do their actions and experiences that they're having, does it help them heal of this lie? Does it introduce new lies they've now internalized? So it's a tool. Once again, all the tools they give you may or may not do, but I firmly believe in trying it out and taking a look at it. So I want you to take out your journals. I want you to just start always put your character in your name, circle them, and start thinking about, based on the value system that you've assigned to this character and the relationships, is there anything that just naturally falls out? That could be a lie, a false belief that the characters cling to. Write them down. They could be different, crazy things, fear of heights, um, fear of failure. But I want you to go beyond that. There's all different types of failure: failing in a relationship, failing to find love, failing to survive, failing to thrive, failing to get a promotion, failing to exhibit yourself on the world stage in such a manner. It's all kind of different failures. So start with simples, but then dig deeper. What could you dig around? What could there be based on, once again, the value system? Your value system is um, thinking about money and making as much money as possible. Have they internalized a lie that says that success is money, or the lack of money means I'm not successful? Sounds basic, but they're actually two different things. And what you're going to do is you're going to play with those in your head. A lie won't necessarily be static. in your progression of the story. There's going to be changes, there's going to be things that confront it. But it helps me when I am writing, particularly writing dialogue, because there's almost two conversations going on with every character. There's the things that they're saying, things that they're thinking. And that character may never say out loud, I'm afraid of X, Y, and Z. We, the readers, are clued in. And we see it in the way that their thoughts are responding to this new stimuli. All right. So for today's writing prompt, I want you to put your character in the past. Think about something they want to avoid about the past. And whatever this moment is, how can it shape their future action? You're kind of like writing a flashback scene. Something happens. Remember our earlier example, young girl overhears a conversation she shouldn't have overheard from her mother. One woman that she idolizes, that she wants to be like. So you already got the web extensions of why this person is important. And so she's saying whatever she's saying. What did she feel like when she hears this kind of thing, this kid? What does it look like in whatever this flashback? Those are the kind of things you want to write down. So your prompt for the day is write a flashback scene, something meaningful, something that's happened. That's kind of where this lie starts taking place. So you're going to typically be writing your character is in pain or becomes through this flashback has some sort of wound or pain that they're going to be carrying. It's very important to put them in that mindset and to relive whatever is going on. Now, with all things, you do not have to stick with this. This is just trying some things out. Try a fear of failure. Try something that is different. Fear of success. I'm a mirror girl. So if somebody's afraid of failing, maybe somebody's afraid of success. What are the mirror options? It's unlimited. But you write this flashback. And then when you're done, just kind of make an observation. My character has this lie. What relationships now possibly could be in tension? Well, in the prior example, the young girl now could have a fracas relationship with her mother or any mother figure that's happening. It's also, once again, it spills out. This fear could spill out to her working environment. So when her boss gives her a compliment, that means something different. It could spill into her dating or romantic life. When her partner, the person she's interested in, says something, it could trigger that lie. This is an invisible thing, the lie, but it is compelling and central to the story. Once again, I am pushing you to put these characters in spaces they've never been before. Now, you haven't written a book, so they haven't probably been anywhere. Or maybe you are writing a book. Go back and look. What is the lie? What is that thing that they're hiding, they're holding on to? That's the question you want to answer. And always, when you're sketching this out, think about the impact. Think about those places of now I've got more tension. So if you're writing something and you're stuck, go back and see if this character had this opinion, this false opinion of something that's internalized to them. What does that change? How does it change the story? How does it change the trajectory? What new layers can you add? Now, this is usually what I call the secret sauce. The secret sauce. But it is very important because I am trying to help you to write that book of your heart that's stuck that you want to get on paper. Now, this is the end of session 4, and I want you to work through that writing prompt. that hidden lie or even truth about themselves when you think about it, that they believe such things. The very next section, we're going to talk about the goals that your character have. These, once again, are very independent things, but they will always blend and work together because the lie can impact relationships. It can impact the goals and how you try and achieve them and what happens when you achieve those goals. So there's lots of fun things. I'm hoping that if this series is moving you, hit that like button. And if you are locked in, hit the subscribe button because that's how you're going to get the latest content that I put on this channel. I I want to help you. And so join with me, be part of my crew, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next session. This is Vanessa Riley. Thank you for joining me.